Oh, guess what we found? There is a turtle. Yay! I'm gonna close this because I don't want to give anybody or the turtle the wrong idea. Look at that guy, he's checking us out. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. It's the Geneinno Titan. Sorry it's taking me a while to do this thing, but you know, times are tough right now, but I found an excellent location. Check it out. I'm just gonna put the sub in the water, and as you can see, it's got the gripper on it here. If you guys wanted to see the initial kind of unboxing and setup, I did 2 other videos. Check those out in the pop-up up there. Also the links in the description down below for the other videos. And also where you can get the Titan. It's a pretty awesome sub, and especially since it has this gripper arm attachment. I have the controller with my iPad, I have the reel. It's got a little wireless guy here, so at least you can be wireless with your controller. But of course it needs a wire to be under the water. So we're gonna go exploring. I'm gonna go out as far as I can. I believe this is at least a 100-meter tether. So we're just gonna take it out 100 meters, if not more. This might be actually a little longer. I forget what length this is. And we're just gonna explore, see how all the handling is. We're gonna have fun with the Titan. Let's go ahead and get out there, explore the ocean out here on Maui. Let's do it. Okay guys, so I'm gonna record my iPad screen. I have that recording right now. And I just wanted to show you the initial quick little connection. This is the controller. It kind of comes with, you can see it's an expandable controller, so you can fit a phone. I have the iPad Air 2 in here. Of course, all my stuff I use is in the description as well if you want to go check it out. Let's get this thing going. So pretty easy. I already have that on. As soon as you plug in the cables, it's on. So now you just have to make sure that you're connected on the Geneinno wireless, which as you can see, it's already connected because that's the only thing out here, and I have previously connected. Submarine folder here. There's the Geneinno app. So it wants to do a Bluetooth request. So you want to make sure your Bluetooth is on your iPad. And then we're just pushing this controller on here. And you have to hold this one, the home button in, until you see the lights blinking there on the bottom left. And then start search. And it should find the controller pretty quick. Let's see. Sometimes it's kind of off and on, hit or miss. There it goes. Then I'm just going to press X right there on that window. For some reason it keeps scrolling to the right, but just make sure it's on the right sub and then hit connect. And there we go. You see we have our FPV there. Check out this claw. So you're using these 2 top right and left button when you have the controller on. So check that out. I'm just pressing the bottom right button. It's closing the claw. And then the top right button, and it's opening the claw. And you can go anywhere between. You can just tap it, and that's pretty cool. So it's going to record 4K on the sub, which you can download to your iPad or your device, or you can link your Wi-Fi and your computer up to that Wi-Fi module and then download the files that way. Before we even get this thing in the waters, we'll start recording. And that's bursting, so that's bursting some photos. I'll have those pop up. We're definitely going to take some nice pictures here. If I'm pushing this record button up there on the top, it has video and picture, so I just changed it to video. And let's just start recording. So you get a verification on the screen. So this is where we really want to be careful. Just grabbing it by the tether. And you see how that thing's working. As I pull out, it's going to spin. So I kind of chose this spot just because it's got a little drop off and it should be kind of okay for it. So this will definitely be testing this tether, right, and the durability of it all. So I'm just going to easily, nice and easy, drop it in the water. Might bang up against the rocks a little bit. Are we already armed? Yeah, we already are. Okay. Let me just give you a little shot with my hat cam of this thing moving. So my left stick, I'm turning it. And then my left stick, I'm pushing forward, and that's actually going forward. So let's turn to the right a little bit, and then let's just start going forward. My right stick is up and down. See how I'm pulling down? And it's submerging. We want to go in high speed. See that on the screen? It says medium I'm going to press it so it's high so it can fight some current. And let's get out past these rocks a bit. Hopefully this, we definitely don't want that reel to fall in the water, right? So we really want to watch that. I kind of have it back off the edge. And as you can see, as I'm pushing forward, it's just pulling some tether out. Okay, so we're still on the surface, right? So I'm going to go down a bit. And this should kind of have a depth hold. And I'm right on top of a rock, and it looks like it is depth holding. Cool. So I'm going to push forward here. You're getting a little bit of a curvature pull. Let's just get out a ways. Now, I forgot to mention, you probably saw it though in the on the sub, it has a red filter on there. Okay, so let's just get out a bit more. We got a lot of tether, as you can see. So I'm going to go out a ways, and then we'll drop it down. It's probably a better idea. There we go. That tether is just going. Just want to watch it, make sure it doesn't start pulling it off the rocks as I'm pushing out. That seems like a pretty good spot. I'm kind of far out there. So for some reason on this iPad, it's going to sleep. And it stopped my recording. That's a bummer. So I'm recording my screen again. So I'm going to have to check that once in a while. Anyway, we're out here, and boy, it's let's drop it down here. So right stick to drop down. You see how we're going down towards the bottom. Okay, so now I can concentrate more on the screen, and I'm going to have to, like I was saying, tap it a bit. So we're in high speed mode. We're getting a few glitches once in a while on the FPV. But let's just go kind of forward out there and down. So here we go. I got all the stabilization over on the left. You see how it has depth hold, and it should have like a compass lock on. It seems like when I do try to go down, like it tries to go back end first. And when I'm going forward, it's kind of turning to the left a little. So maybe the precision's a little wonky on this one at the moment. Oh, you know what? It stopped recording too. That was interesting. So I just started it again. It seemed like when my iPad screen went to sleep, the sub stopped recording as well. So I just started recording again. So let's try to tilt down. So this thing has a downward tilt. I believe it's the right thumbstick. Yeah, so if you look at my hat cam, I'm pushing the right thumbstick to the right, and you see how it's pointing down a bit. So what's our depth anyway? We're only at like 3 meters deep, so we're pretty shallow. I thought I had changed this to Imperial. Let me just check this again. Units. Okay, we're gonna switch to British system. And now I have my feet and my Fahrenheit. There we go. Anyway, let's get going. There's a little fish, couple fish over there. Not a whole lot out there, but let's just keep going. Oh, there's a nice one. And if I follow that fish, I'm pressing my right thumbstick to the left now. And then now my left thumbstick to the right, so I can follow this. That's a Nanui. So let's follow him for a bit. I'm gonna push forward. Yeah, that's kind of bummer. How it wants to pull to the left a little when I push forward. See how I'm having that issue? Anyway, let's just keep going out here. There's a surfer over there paddling. I didn't even see her there. Anyway, let's just try to open up this claw. There we go, it's working. Just beautiful down there. I'm not even sure if I really need the red filter. But regardless, it's on there. Don't really want to touch any coral, remember? Because this is a reserve. Let's get over to this sandy spot. Not as easy to control as I thought it would be, that's for sure. Current's kind of pushing it around, and it's a pretty calm day. Maybe if I press on this screen here, I can go to the low mode. Maybe that'll be better. Let's try that. Let's go forward. There we go. That's a little more manageable. I think it was just in high mode. It's just kicking on those motors too fast. So I'm full stick forward, and now I'm going to click to the right with my right stick. Is it right? Yeah, and that'll point us down. And I want to go forward as well. Every once in a while I'm just touching my iPad screen. So you see how we're moving forward like super duper slow? Maybe we'll go into medium. Just touching that button again. Yeah, medium might be better for this little bit of current. So I want to get down in the sand, and I just want to maybe grab some of these rocks down here that aren't really coral. Let's see if that works. Let's get almost on the sand, and then I'm going to push right on my right controller stick. Ooh, there's a big nanui that just went by. Ooh, there's a popillo. Did you see that guy? To the right of the screen. He just shot by, but we'll see some fish right after this. I just want to get down here. It's seems to be, you know, a little more difficult than I thought it would be. Ooh, there's a school, a couple of popillos there. Oh, beautiful. We have a task we're trying to do here. It is definitely not as easy as I thought it would be at all. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but the FPV, it's looking a little bit like pixelated. So it is a little bit hard to see exactly what's going on. If you guys can see that. But there we go. So let's open up this claw. The top right bumper claw is opened, and we want to make sure that we're pitched down right so that the motors really aren't too much in the sand. I want to move this to low, so I'm going to go to the low setting on that little gauge. And this is where you want to be finessing when you're probably grabbing stuff. So left stick is going forward, and then I'm pulling down. Just try to grab this rock right there as a first little thing. Yeah, so with these ones, man, you really gotta be finessing this thing, because as you can see, it's even a little difficult for me to get in close, and I want to pull down. Oh, fish are checking this thing out. Claw gets stuck in the sand, just push up and pull down. Push up a little, dab it, and I'm pushing forward and pull down. Oh, up, down. There we go. Whoops. Now we're in the sand. Oh, okay. So anyway, we're right on this rock. So let me close the claw. And all we're getting is sand, but at least you can see how it works. This claw should be doing, let's open it up again. This claw should be giving us 10 pounds of pressure around there, if I remember correctly. Oh, iPad screen almost slept, so I had to touch it. Oh, you see how it just kind of notched right there? So that's going to be tough. I'm going to angle this thing back up and come up a little bit. Definitely harder than I thought, so I'm just pushing the right stick to the left to get our level back there. See that? Ooh, there's a ta'ape. I'm not gonna claw him, so don't worry about that. Let's close the claw so we don't give anybody any ideas that we're trying to get fish over here. So I'm looking at the compass. As I turn the iPad, you can see that the compass outer ring is turning. And let's see when we turn the sub. Okay, so it shows you what direction the sub is facing with that inner red dot. So north is not the direction I want to go. I want to go to my left a little, because we're kind of going around this point, if you look in my hat cam. So I kind of want to go more to the west. Every time I push forward, it just wants to really lean to the left. So maybe something the company can work out. See how it's tilting? I did like a compass cal, and is leveling. Actually, there is no leveling process that I could see, but there was a compass calibration, so I did that, and I thought I got it right. Oh, there was a big fish over there to the right. Is that a big fish? That looks like a barracuda. Yeah, that's a barracuda, guys. Check that guy out. Whoa. Let's go back into medium mode. Let's see if we can follow him for a bit. And again, pushing forward and to the right because of this stupid favoritism to the left. But yeah, unfortunately, it's hard to follow anything, you know, because of that curving to the left. That's a bummer. Let's tilt the nose all the way down as far as it can go. See how far it can go. I believe it was around 60. Yeah, 60 degrees. And let's go forward. Hey, now it's kind of tracking straight a bit. So you can look down like that, and now I'm going to push the right stick all the way to the left and watch that little graphic on the right of the screen. That's the subs orientation. And see as it kind of comes up. I just let off. So far, that's my only gripe. Is a little bit wishy-washy on the controls, not as precise as I wanted them to be. And then this pulling to the left is just ridiculous. I keep having to go forward a bit and then to the right, forward. Really hard to follow things like that. Let's go back down towards the sand a bit, get on his level. And we'll pick up the camera. Actually, this is just tilting the entire sub, right? Some people ask me, does the sub tilt or does the camera tilt? So far on these guys, it's just the sub. There may be some newer ones coming out soon. There's a nice angelfish. There may be some newer ones coming out soon where you can tilt the actual camera like a real regular drone. But so far, I haven't seen that yet. But at least this one, you know, we got our arm. Even though it isn't a super precise sub. Let's go open our arm again and try to dig in this sand. I went back to low speed. And I'm full stick forward. Oh, guess what we found? There is a turtle. Yay! I'm going to close this because I don't want to give anybody or the turtle the wrong idea. Look at that guy. He's checking us out. Pushing to the left on the right stick to... wow, he's just really checking us out. Pushing to the left again. Tilt the face up. Oh, man. He just came and looked at us. What a treat. That was fantastic. I'm in low and I can't really follow him. But I'm trying. I'm pushing forward and low. But it's not going anywhere. Hey, but you know what? I don't want to harass him. That was just really absolute treat for him coming up and just visiting. The turning is really nice and slow in this L mode. I'm full stick to the left on my left stick. And it can track stuff really good like this. Let's see if it can track and move our drone tilt up and down. So now I'm pushing on the right stick to the right, as well as tracking to the left. So that works good. I can actually track. Let's try to the right. And let's go up and down. Yeah, so actually you can do those kind of simultaneously. So tracking when it's staying still, excellent in low mode. But again, that forward motion, pretty much almost non-existent in low mode to fight any kind of current. Never know, we may have a turtle just checking us out. I thought I saw something up there. So that might be actually divers. Let's check them. Oops, going the wrong way. Tilting up. Thought I saw snorkelers up there. You guys see those guys? Yeah, there's somebody. All right, woo! You can see that red filter is really this will be funny. Watch this. Open this thing up. Oh! Of course, I'm not going to mess with these people. Oh, there's the boyfriend. That's just a funny picture. You got a claw going on the snorkelers. Okay, we'll leave them alone. Looks like they're heading around the corner. Pretty cool. Let's close this claw back up. Oh, there's some more people there. Let's tilt up. Oh, there they are. Oh. Don't worry, I'm not going to get you. That's so funny though. They're checking me out. see what they do. Yeah, you can do multiple things. I'm opening and closing the claw while I'm tilting as well. Let's keep going forward. Whoa. Oh, maybe that's my family, is it? Let's tilt up and open our claw. I don't know, somebody has a weight belt on. Alright, that was fun. It's always good when people don't take it the wrong way, you know. And you know, the compass lock went off. I was noticing there the blue was white below that deep little icon. So maybe that's why. Let's try to go forward now. It's still kind of tilting to the left, but at least it's tracking a little better. So make sure you see this thing, I'm pressing it. It turned white. I'm gonna press it again. And that locks in its stability to have like a compass lock. So that's pretty cool. Make sure that's on. Now we're getting somewhere. This is getting pretty deep. About 20 feet here. Let's see what's up with this little reef area. Still have some pretty good stability. Yeah, that compass heading is what we just needed to put on. Now we're doing great. Let's just check out this little reefy area. Just slowly pushing up on my right stick to get over it. Fantastic. Now we're doing pretty good. Just a little tilt once in a while. I just want to get all this tether out. Just go as deep as we can. Going to the left a little more. Yeah, now it's tolerable. You see my reel going? We're getting low. Maybe even pressing the depth or the compass lock off and on. Seems like it kind of helps it and resets it. See, now it's tracking straight again. Interesting. Watching that reel. Really booking it now. Let's book it right towards that fish. The big boy out there. I saw some like stingrays or manta rays out here the other day, just snorkeling. That looks like a kala, that black one with the red line. You see him up there? Let's see if we can tilt up. Oh, wrong way again. Left is tilting up. Cool. Let's just look at him for a minute. Coral's getting a little nicer. Let's go up so you don't hit any coral. And then remember, we want to point down, push to the right. Oh, there's a little school. Beautiful. I'm going to stop recording for a second. Let's just try some pictures. It's always good to know what kind of pictures this thing can take. Switching over to pictures and boom. It's bursting. Okay, it's doing photo bursts. And it's still bursting. Okay, it looks like it just stays on. See that? So I'll have those photos up. If you guys want it, I'll take some nice clear ones out of that so you guys can see the photos. It's kind of just tracking that on its own right now with the current, that fish. There's a couple of them down there. Stop the bursting. Go back to, on the right, I'm just hitting the camera, and let's go back to recording. Okay, guys? We should be doing great, and we'll go forward here. Taking off the compass lock and resetting the compass lock seems to help it. Let's go over the coral here, go down, get back on track with going out far. Whoa! Wow, 28 feet, we're getting deeper. It's 82 degrees down there. Tether is still going out. See that on my hat cam? We're getting near the end. But I just want to get it all out. We're going way the heck out here. We're in the deep blue now. Just about 30 feet. Yeah, we're getting pretty far out there, guys. Look at this. But you see how it's just got that weird tilt? Probably one of the motors has more or less power than the other. We are just about on like the last part of our tether. Looks like we're kind of coming back to us. Oh, low battery. Okay, yeah, let's just come back because it gave us a low battery signal. Let me actually just move up, see what's around us here. You know, 30 feet deep, that's actually pretty darn deep. Tell me if you guys see anything. This is a reserve, so, you know, there may be... Oop, what was that? Is that something up there? Just a wave, maybe. And let's just do this. Let's just bring it on back. Hopefully we don't run out of power. Ooh, there's a fish there. I want to see what... Oh, that's a nice papille. You guys see that? Woo! That's like almost a lure size, maybe. Is it? I don't know. It's probably bigger than it really is. Let's go check out that rock on our way back. Ooh, there's a buoy. What? Okay. Boy, I wish my battery wasn't dying. Maybe I'll just try to clamp onto this thing. Definitely don't want to get my tether wrapped around that, right? You guys see that? So I'm going to go into medium mode. Something else on the ground there. We'll go into medium. We'll go forward. Let's clamp it. Let's just try it. I do have a low battery, but at least I can just pull it in with the tether. Unless it gets wrapped around that. Jeez, that would be a nightmare, huh? Trying to go forward, and man, it's doing that bucking bronco kicking thing, remember? Let's just give this a try since we're here. Kind of pushing to the left. Let's turn on that lock again, off, back on. There we go. That seems to be the thing. So you can use this thing to inspect. Let's just get a little close to it. That's a mooring. That's for a boat to hook up to. And then watch this, pushing up slowly on the right. There we go, inspection. You can do mooring inspections with this thing. Isn't that neat? Let me go down a bit and let's try to grab it. So I'm going down a bit so we don't hit the floater. We're drifting into it. Oh, that's pretty good. We'll turn back to low speed so we can really finesse it. Pushing forward, let's get it right in the grip. Okay, now this is pretty easy to grab stuff like this, it looks like. Pushing forward, come on, get in there. Get in the claw. Pushing forward. This, you know what, the chain is probably too big. Let me just go up a little bit. There we go. Now we're more on the cable part. Push forward. Let's get this right in the claw. Oh man, we're just missing it. Come on, don't lose me now. Just hit it. Okay, just go forward. Come on. Whoa. We really... Oh, it's probably swaying in the current. That's what's happening. Jeez. Okay, I might have to go into medium and then just nail it. Forward. There we go. I'm getting a little twitchy now. Oh! It's just like swaying. You just gotta... There we go. Hey, we got it. Now I'm locked on, guys. Let's just try to pull it back and forth. Pulling back. It's really trying. iPad's recording good. Everything should be recording. Pushing forward. So I'm just pulling this ball back and forth now, even though it's locked onto the ocean bottom. Let's try to tilt while we're doing this. Let's see if we can possibly... Yeah, check this out. I can kind of tilt down. Look at my surroundings a little bit. It's probably really working those motors and we're low on power, so I don't want to do that. There's a fish over there by that coral. Tilt up. So I'm just holding my right stick to the left. You can see that pitch moving. What? It's a little submarine. Yeah. Yeah, just exploring. I'm making a video. I test these things out, so it's just fun. What? I review these and test them out. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we lost our floater there. When I was talking to that lady, that always happens. I lose concentration. Sorry, guys. We kind of lost it. Anyway, let's. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's move on. I think that's enough checking that thing out. So let's get back up. What's that? Yeah, this is a little submarine. I'm just reviewing them. And so I just review how they operate and put it on YouTube. I'm working my way back, so I might meet up with you. You guys have fun. Yep, see ya. All right, let's go up. My iPad slept because I was talking to those people. Let's go up. Really want to make sure our line is not going to be wrapping around that buoy, right? So what we can do to check that is we can tilt down and just make sure that our line is nowhere near wrapping around the buoy. Okay, good. We are golden. Let's go up a bit so we're not somehow wrapping around that. Oh, there's a bunch of Opelu school. Nice. Fantastic. Look at those guys. Okay. Just doing great today. Lots of stuff we're seeing, lots of wildlife. And of course everybody wants to talk about this thing in the water. So that's okay. It's all good fun. So we're full throttle forward, following this cable back. Tilted up a little bit, but that's okay. Probably using a little extra power because we're tilted up. And I'm just going to follow this line back and then we'll pull it in. We'll do a pros and cons. So that's a good fail-safe. I mean, it is easy to get kind of discombobulated with the compass up there and knowing exactly which direction is back, but that's the one good thing. I mean, a lot of people say, hey, it's not wireless because it has a tether. You know, that's the way it is. Yes, there is a tether on there. That's kind of how it has to be for consumer drones right now. Who knows, maybe the Navy has some kind of underwater wireless stuff going on. But in a way, it's good because you have a way to follow back where you are located on shore or say an anchored boat, and you also have a way to pull it back in if the battery does die. As you can see, it's getting low, so if the battery did die, you know, we have a way to pull it back. Final push. Maybe that's why I was turning a little bit. We got some cable wrapped around it a little. I'll try to untwist it. Yeah, so it looks like it might be kind of able to get twisted in its cabling a little bit. I'm just trying to back out of it. There we go. Saw how I kind of released it, but you wouldn't really know that if you were in the water just looking at the FPV. The only way I could tell that was actually by seeing a line of sight there. Cool, so we're done. I'm gonna stop recording on this. I think we ran out of iPad storage, guys, so sorry about that, but let's bring it up now. So here we go. Here's the process of getting it up. Hopefully this tether seems to be pretty strong enough to hold it pretty well, although this one doesn't have any extra bracing. That will be kind of one of the cons we'll talk about here once we bring it in. But as you can see, really the best thing to do is kind of to have like a partner to help you man the reel, because this is not an automatic reel, but it is pretty easy to reel in. Oops, you can see how it got tangled fairly easy around the motor there. So you got to be careful of that. Set this right here. And let's just pull it up. with tangle and all. Hopefully it doesn't damage the cable. See that? There we go, guys. The Titan. Geneinno Titan. We are out of the water and safe. Boy, I was getting kind of scared of it going around that little point there for a bit. It took me a while to navigate it back, but as long as your tether reel is kind of tight and that line is kind of tight, not really swayed too far and coiled around, as long as that's tight, you don't have too much out, you can kind of follow this tether back. So just like so, I want to get that final bit in here so it's not hanging around the rocks. And it's actually a pretty easy reel to deal with. I don't have a very flat surface here, of course, so the wireless antennas and everything are banging around. And of course, just to turn it off, all we're doing is, you see how the lights are flashing. They're still flashing there, so that means it's still on. Let's turn it off. These ones, there's no on-off switch. Just unplug it and get your cabling back up. It actually turns off when you unplug this one straight from the actual sub. So that is completely powered off. This one's kind of cool because it has this little notch you can kind of hold your cable in. A lot of them don't have that. I usually like to go out one like this and then come in on the other one, so it kind of locks it in. So a little pros and cons on this Titan. Definitely had some issues with tilting. You can see how when I didn't have that compass lock on, it was really bad. Remember, it was white and blue, and then you really want to have that depth hold on. That seemed to stay on the whole time, but the compass lock that was keeping it from swaying like this, that seemed to turn off and on eventually. So that was kind of weird. Really hard to control if it was in high mode, so that's just for speed, for like getting to areas. The claw worked phenomenally, very good. You can see we finally got out to that buoy out there. It's a mooring for boats that they kind of hook up to. And we were able to grab it. We were able to look up and down, so that was pretty neat to inspect it. We were able to grab it and just lock onto it, tug on it a little bit. So that worked very well. This thing's supposed to be able to hold about 10 pounds of gripping strength, is what they claim. And it seems to be around there, pretty accurate. Kind of construction of the mechanics of it is how the arm bolts up. It just has these tiny little screws that are super thin. There's 6 of them. And so if you like hit it on something or dropped it, I wouldn't doubt if these screws would strip out or something. So, and you also got to be very carefully tightening them because they're so fine and so small. So they should really get some kind of thicker screws, something like this. I know I mentioned that in my initial review unboxing too. We didn't get to test the lights, but overall it does seem like a pretty durable sub. The filters seem to be pretty good. Of course, you don't want to use a red filter unless you're, you know, maybe like 15 feet or farther under. We got to about 30 feet. That's as deep as we could go here, just the way the ocean is from the shore. We got to see some cool fish. We got to see some neat reef fish, some popillos. I think one of them was on the verge of almost maybe young Aloha size, around 10 pounds. So that was neat. Really cool how you can do the tilting. Even though the camera doesn't move, you can tilt, and it seemed to do pretty good. You want to put the speed into medium or low, definitely, to have more precision, because you could see me when I was trying to grip the rock in the sand. That was just like going like this all over, and it was really difficult until you put it in that low mode, and then you have super precision. You can just push the stick all the way, and it's just like really slow in all directions. Again, the main con for me was just the kind of wonky control when you're going fast. It didn't track right. That could also be because we have this arm on. This is an extra thing, and so when the arm's on, it's going to throw off the mechanics of it all a little bit, especially when you're trying to go just full throttle fast. So I'm not going to, you know, hit it too much for that, but it was a little bit irritating when you're just trying to speed to a certain area, and it's just like it wanted to turn to the left, and so you had to keep going straight forward, and it was just really getting annoying. But besides that, it's a pretty cool little sub, guys. I know there's a lot more that are coming out on the market, but I'd say if you need one for a gripper and you're in scenarios like we were with that buoy, that mooring, and you need to inspect, and maybe you also need to grab things, You can also loosen these up, guys, and turn this vertically so the claw is pointing vertical like this, up and down. You can't do it remotely, but you just loosen these, twist it, lock them back down, and you can have at least that kind of vertical claw like this. So you can put it in any orientation you want before you get in the water. It performed, you know, good enough. I hope you enjoyed that review. Lots more to come on these ROVs. I haven't done one for a while. This one took a while, but I had to find the right spot. And, you know, as usual, it's a little bit weird nowadays. I hope you guys are all staying safe. Again, links to the description in the Geneinno, for the Geneinno Titan, and all the gear I use in my videos will be down in the description. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Okay, it's gonna be a trek back, that's for sure. Man, I feel like I'm in the episode of Alone, trudging over the coast. Woohoo! Less the survival, of course. Day trips are always a bit easy, but it is pretty treacherous terrain here, that's for sure. Oh, shell of a crab. Man, what a trek.